Civil War life.
Well, welcome to Soul's Enlightenment with Vera
and Christina. I forgot we're doing the podcast.
Okay.
It's like doing this. You know,
Yeah.
you can't do it.
All right.
Okay.
So let's see who's joining us, because you know it's been so long since we've...
I know, I miss you guys.
Totally. Okay.
It's not there still.
It's not. Okay. Well, it just takes an extra minute.
Okay.
All right. So we were just sharing some really very cool information, and for our podcast friends,
Yes.
they can see our videos on YouTube on our channel.
Okay.
Soul's Enlightenment with Vera and Christina. And they can check out some of the things that we were just talking about on the Hamilton cast past life video. And Vera was going to share some about her life earlier.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that in a little bit. But first, there was a past life that you were picking up on about these kids that we were mentioning. That was like, I think just last weekend we were talking about it, right, Vera?
Have you guys seen those YouTube twins that are listening to music they've not listened to for the first time? They do a lot of things first time, but they've been doing a lot of music ones too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I just love those guys. They're so cute. Yeah. And so I picked up a past life on both of them, actually. Well, they were together in that past life too.
They were. Because, they're these twins, and then a lot of it with the music, it's all over the spectrum, right? You've got, they listen to country for the first time.
Opera.
Yes. It's just
Country,
really cool. So it's not just one, you know.
And they want recommendations. They ask you to put things in the comments, and they'll look up the person and do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's pretty cute.
Yay, our friends are back.
What's the name of their channel? I think it's Twins.
Yeah, it's Twins
for the first time.
For the first time.
Yeah.
And then you'll see them reviewing like Queen and like all these different musical groups or bands or whatever, singers and different things. I thought it was mostly just music, but there's other talent too. Or other.
Well, I think they went on a roller coaster for the first time. I mean, I'm picking.
I gotta see that one.
But I don't know if that's what it was, but it was the first time doing something that they had never done before. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. And then I forgot what to do.
Then you push on that picture right there.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So, of
go.
course, I was wondering, like my mind always goes to, I wonder what their connection is. I wonder if they had a past life. But you already beat me there, because you were already getting what past life they had.
Yeah. So the past life I got it was just for the one that usually is always on there. Because the second twin sometimes doesn't come on there.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So it's they both have short hair, so I don't know how to... Anyway, it's the one that's more animated is the one that I picked up first. And I got that he was like he found musical talent. It was like a talent agency, but it wasn't. It was just a startup kind of thing.
Wow.
And he was adept at finding talent.
Oh my gosh.
But his brother worked. I mean, they had the business together.
Really?
Yeah. And then it seemed like, and I don't know what part of the country or anything. I just picked up that, and they were doing really. I mean, they were starting to pick up some really good talent. And then, of course, the bigger companies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. How perfect is that? When you see these twins, you will know.
You have to see it.
I mean, that is exactly what they're doing. I mean, you can see it. He's listening for talent, and his brother, he sounds like he's a little bit more behind the scenes, but it's just like...
And he was behind the scenes. He was the tech guy. You know, the one that did those button things.
That's just so cool. Because they're doing what they did before.
And they had a little studio. But it was a little tiny, you know, it was just kind of put together because they couldn't afford, you know, a lot of stuff. But they started really finding some really good people. I haven't picked up who yet, but...
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it was like names that became famous. But they were pushed out.
Oh.
Because of, you know, people that had been doing it before. But then these guys were like so much nicer to their clients and gave them better you know, like you have to sign a contract and all that, but gave them, and didn't do a contract, they did handshake. They believed in that.
So they had honor, and they were men of their word.
Yeah, but some
That's
of
like
the
a real
talent,
old-fashioned and good way.
because of the money, and they didn't sign
they didn't
anything.
keep their word. It was probably different back then, where if they didn't sign a contract, they just.
But usually, I mean, back then, I think your word meant a lot more than it does now.
I agree with you.
I wish we can go back to that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That is so amazing how they have that in their soul, because they're doing the same thing. This sounds like a very recent past life to me.
Yeah, well, it's not that recent.
Really?
But it's still
their last life is what I mean to say.
It's the before this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's really neat because they're doing the same thing, but they're able to get out, reach more people because they're on YouTube, and they're discovering talent. They're turning on a whole audience to music that their audience might not have ever considered listening to, because they go all over the spectrum.
Right.
It's not just one genre.
Yeah.
And that is super neat.
Yeah. And that one kid is just so excited, and he's so it's just so cute. It's really good.
That is neat. So if you haven't checked it out yet, it might be kind of fun for you too.
Exactly.
You'll see exactly what Vera's talking about, because he looks like he's discovering that talent and sharing it.
Exactly. I don't know if this is a good idea, because I keep thinking we're on video and I don't talk.
It's okay.
Because I'm doing stuff.
That is okay.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about a little bit about your
my past?
Yeah. And this is really.
I know, this was interesting, because it was something that came up out of watching a movie, and it just bubbled up. I had not thought about it. I totally forgot about it, because that's why I was telling you guys in the live show that it was like, I don't remember my childhood that much. Thank God my cousin's around, because she'll tell me stuff. You know
it's interesting though, sometimes not that we bury things, but I've noticed this. I mean, in the years that I've known you, every once in a while, something that happened in your past, it'll just come up out of nowhere.
Yeah. And it's usually movies or music.
And you might find that happens to you,
where I love that stuff.
It just bubbles up all of a sudden. Sometimes it's even from past lives.
Yeah.
That might be coming up for you.
Exactly.
Or from this life, which is in this case.
This case, it's this life, yeah.
So, when you were young, where did you grow up?
Tucson, Arizona, and I cannot, for the life of me, remember how old I was. I just know that I had heard about this murder that happened, and it was one of the kids was in my class or was in the school. I can't remember which, but I knew there was a connection. I knew them, but I don't think they were in my class, because I knew them but didn't know them. How's that sound? Does that make sense? Well, they were just, I saw them around, but they weren't in my circle, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was a murder, suicide. I don't know if I knew about suicide back then, but I just remember it was on the news all the time, and it was, in the newspapers and that kind of stuff. So it was kind of things that was in my face a little bit. But then for some reason, and if you guys would have known me back then, I was a little scaredy cat.
That does not fit to me.
Not now. But back then I was so shy, I never went out by myself. I always had somebody with me. It was like, there's no, because I always still had that fear I was going to get lost, kind of thing, even though I knew Tucson.
Past life.
Yeah. So,
Past life.
Yeah. So then I was drawn to go to that house. So I went to the house, and it still had like the tape and stuff around it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I just remember just like staring at it and just like wanting to go inside. And I was dressed in shorts. I didn't have any shoes on. And Tucson's hot. But yeah, so I kind of went in the backyard for some reason. I just was pulled in the backyard. And I went, and then I tried the door, and the door opened.
Wow.
Yeah, so I walked inside. Wow. And I was just like walking around every room. I just was like kind of looking around every room. And then I could kind of see like the mother. I could see her like crying and crying and crying, because it was like the way that I understood it was they thought that it was murder-suicide, that she killed her kids and then she committed suicide. It's what I remember. I'm not sure. And I've tried to look it up in Tucson, you know, the old news kind of thing, but I don't remember how old I was. I don't remember. I at least had to be 6, because that's when you go to school, right?
Right.
So, yeah, so I just remember the mom crying and crying and crying. I could just see it, and not wanting to do what she had to do. And that's kind of all I remember. But then afterwards, like now, I got like she was being forced to do it. And I don't know if it was someone, it's like I get it was a man forcing her to do it. And almost like he's behind her and making, you know, like he's doing it, but she's doing it too, making her do it. Yeah, and then made her kill herself.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know, that's what Chrissy's going like, why did it come up now? And the only thing I could think of is that just to be able to say that she didn't do it.
Yes,
even though
exactly.
I don't know, it's too far back to even.
But it doesn't matter because she gets to have a voice in some way.
Yeah.
To say
that's the only reason I
she
can
didn't
think
do
of.
It.
That why did it pop up? Because I mean, and then I just remember leaving and walking home and not telling anybody. Because I would get in trouble.
Gotten in trouble.
Yeah, big time. My dad was a cop. That would have been bad. Yeah, so, because you know you're not supposed to go in. Kind of thing.
But I just find it fascinating, and I really wanted Vera to share this. I'm glad you did. Because, to me...
God, it made me sweat.
Yeah, I bet. Because you're reliving it.
Yeah.
But I think it's an amazing example of how you were being called. Mm-hmm. You said you never went anywhere by yourself.
Never.
But you were so
If you talked to my
drawn.
cousin, she was like, I was a tiny little mouse. I was scared of everything.
But you were so drawn to that place, going in there.
Yeah.
And that's very interesting for a child that was that young going in there. It was like something was pulling you there. And I feel like you were meant, like, I feel like she was pulling you there.
Yeah, maybe.
That maybe you would be able to share this now. Or your calling. I mean, really. It's your psychic calling. Yeah. And that's what really at the heart of this
that's your
story.
chart pulling you too, right?
Exactly.
So that's what I'm talking about when we say the chart is pulling you.
Exactly. So it's that psychic chart. That's perfectly well put.
Yeah.
Purpose that you have in life that was pulling you at such a young age. And so I just find that amazing.
The Night Stalker?
Oh, the Night Stalker, is that...
I don't remember that one.
But you were saying, like you said, you felt like somebody was making her do it, that it wasn't something that...
She wanted to do, yeah. Because it was, it was bad. Mm-hmm. You could see the torment that was going through her. Mm-hmm. Super cute top, Chrissy.
Oh, thanks. But, yeah. And did you tell them about the gift? About your gift? You already shared that too?
Yeah, we shared that
that
already.
was too
On the
cute.
last show.
Her psychic gift.
It's called Twins the New Trend? Is that what it's called?
I don't know right now, but so it's just an amazing example of now that's not something that you specifically want to do as far as contacting getting information about missing or murder cases, but it's so amazing because she obviously is on the other side, and that's who you're trancing. Angus is on the other side. Mm-hmm. So it's just amazing. It's your future was there showing itself to you already.
How is this related to you? It's not. It's just something that happened whenever I was little and I wanted to go investigate it.
Plus, she wanted it to be known that she didn't do it. Even if it's never discovered who it really was. Yeah. That was not something that...
But the thing is, you know that you didn't, so that... But still, I guess, I don't know.
Unless she's in between.
Don't pick that up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. What I meant by in between is that sometimes entities can be earthbound.
Right.
So,
no.
But she's not. That's good.
Yeah.
But it's a great example of, like we said, of your calling, your chart will become known to you.
Yeah. I think it was like 6 or 7, something like that.
Well, Vera, thank you for sharing your amazing experience
You're
with
welcome.
us. I can't even imagine what that must have been like for you at such a young age to see what happened there.
Yeah.
Because you said you went from room to room and you saw everything play out.
I know, but it was so weird because I wasn't scared. And then when I left, I wasn't scared, and I just never said it.
Well,
I never told anyone.
Your gift is not scary to you.
No.
It's something that's very familiar to you because you've had it in other lives too. It's in your soul.
Exactly.
So that's amazing. It's actually, you are the perfect person to do so many hypnosis sessions. Yeah, hypnotherapy and past lives for people not to be afraid.
Oh, got it. Okay.
By the way, if you are interested in having a past life regression, you can do that with Vera.
We can Zoom it.
Yep. And also, if you are interested in, a past life or current life reading, you can also do that with Vera at Soul's Enlightenment. Okay, so Vera, was there anything else that you wanted to tell our friends?
My main guardian angel is Andrea. And then I have Carlina. And then
Your
Injun
spirit
Joe.
guide,
I don't know if Injun
So
Joe, he's a guy.
So, for all our podcasts,
And him.
all our podcast friends,
Yeah.
Vera's just answering some YouTube questions.
Oh, that's right.
Live.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if we should do this.
Yes, but if you don't visit us on our YouTube channel, if you haven't already, you can do that every Saturday at 1 o'clock Pacific time. We'd love to have you there.
Exactly.
Well, thank you.
And then we're going to have a Angus thing, right?
Yes, an evening with Angus is next weekend. And speaking of angels, that's going to be for what your guardian angel's name and message is.
Yeah, you get a personal message.
And Angus will be there to give us the information through Vera. So he's on the other side, so he'll be there with your angels, ready with the messages. All right.
All right, cool. All right, guys.
We love you all. Thank you so much for
And stay tuned because we're going to
being
come right
with
back.
us.
No, I'm just
joking. We've missed you.
Yeah.
Can you tell? All right.
Yeah.
Love you all and stay enlightened.
Love you, precious girl. I love you all, but I love Emily more.